Here we are at a 2018 Chris Craft 27 Launch Surf Edition. That's right, this is a special edition surf boat. This is powered by a 2017 Volvo Penta forward-facing dual prop engine drive. That's 350 horsepower. It's a 5.3 liter gas engine, 350 horsepower, 241 hours on it. And there's no trailer for this one. If you're looking to take this out of the area, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to discuss your options on having this shipped to you. And that's locally or nationally or even internationally. Just feel free to reach out to us. This boat is sitting on a 6,400 pound Ozark front mount boat lift. And if you're a local buyer, you'll have the option to purchase this boat lift if you do wish to transfer this current slip. So again, this is a 6,400 pound Ozark front mount boat lift that is going to be offered as an additional purchase. If you are wishing to transfer this current slip, then you will need to purchase that front mount boat lift in order to do so. 241 engine hours on this boat. This is a 27 foot. It's actually the LOA. LOA is length overall. It's 26 feet 8 inches. It's an 8.5 foot beam. And about 5,580 pounds dry weight. That's without any fuel or gear on board. You have a 77 gallon aluminum fuel tank and a 9-gallon freshwater tank. There's no ballast on this boat, but we've got not only this Volvo forward-facing dual prop outdrive, but we've also got some Worx surf tabs. That's what these are right here. Those are the Worx surf tabs. And this is a nice, we've got a 20-degree dead rise at the transom back here. So with that 20-degree dead rise and the length and the weight of this boat coming in again at just under 5,600 pounds dry, that's going to give you what you need to be able to provide a surfable wake on this one. This is a 3-step swim boarding ladder. It's kind of mounted just tucked away underneath our integrated swim platform with some teak surface. We've also got a lot of teak highlights throughout on this one. This being a Chris Craft, they definitely know how to finish out a boat and just really make it look classy. We've got like a dark navy gel coat with a red accent. You see that teak trim up there. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and climb up on our platform here. We just had this out for some aerial shots. Bear with me here on the camera shaking. All right, we're here on our teak platform. A few things I wanted to point out before we did climb inside. First off, this is going to be your integrated ski tow hook right here. That just pops right out. That's where you're going to hook your rope if you're surfing or skiing. We've got a little transom shower right here, a little pull-out handheld shower. It's going to feed from that 9-gallon onboard tank. And then this right here is going to be a an outlet to plug an extension cord. It's going to power a onboard battery charger. Okay. Nice large sun pad right here. We've actually got a filler cushion in place right now. I did want to show you that cushion before we climbed inside. Get my shadow out of the way there. Underneath this filler cushion, I don't have this snapped in, so I can just simply pull it out of the way. That teak is going to continue. Now, we do need a little bit of teak oil on here right now, especially on the platform. And we got a little bit of wear right there in about the middle of that platform. Otherwise, we just need some more teak oil on there. Another wear spot maybe right here. Yeah, right there as well. So now I can step up on our little walkthrough here. There's going to be another walkthrough. I've got the filler cushion in place right now, and I'm actually just going to kind of hop down off my feet here and snap one of these on here, so when we raise this engine hatch a bit later, we'll be ready to go. Okay, definitely wanted to snap those before we go to raise that engine hatch a little bit later. Otherwise, I'd be fishing that out of the lake. And I'm going to show you the rest of that walkthrough here after we go around through the interior here. We wanted to show that removable lounge table. Whenever we do raise that engine hatch, we'll stow that away, and I'll show you. I have some more room back in here to show you of our cockpit. But for now, we're going to head on up to our driver's helm here, where we've got this very nicely finished flip-up bolster captain seat. That simply means you don't need to be keeping a seat cushion up here to have a better view over top of your helm station or your open bow. Got that flip-up bolster integrated right there for you. So I do have our dash powered up here. We're going to start over here on the far right side. We've got the Volvo Penta gauge right here. It's showing us 241 engine hours. This is going to have a lot of other helpful information on there. I'll toggle through here so you can see. Actually, we're going to start going left right there all the way. Okay, there's going to be your speed right there. There's your engine hours, 241. Engine RPM, coolant temperature, engine oil pressure, battery volts. Now, here's getting into your fuel economy right here. So you've got a few different options on your fuel economy. This is going to be your gallons per hour. That's going to be a live burn rate, so you can see that fuel economy while you're running. It's going to be your total fuel rate. That's going to be an average. It's going to be your miles per gallon. So if you want to break that down into highway, what you're used to seeing in your car, is going to be your miles per gallon right here in that display. And then this is going to be your hours or time until empty. So that's going to calculate how much, if you keep going your rate that you're driving, that's going to tell you how long till you run out of gas. And then you've got some trip options right there, your trip time and trip fuel, and your trip economy, trip fuel rate. And then that's going to finish us out there at a settings menu. So we'll go back over here to that engine hours. But again, you'll hear me talk on any listing that's going to have an option to show you your fuel consumption. I do appreciate, and that can be very nice to have while you're moving about the lake. Oftentimes, just a little bit of RPM adjustment will make a big difference there. It's going to be your stereo head unit. It's a Fusion stereo. We've got all JL audio speakers. One of the 6 JL audio speakers right here. So we've got a small little tweeter right here next to your driver's seat, and another one over here next to your passenger seat. And then we've got 4 of these JL audio speakers. We've got a pair right back here in the cockpit and another pair up in our bow. So we're going to have 6 JL audio total speakers. This is going to be our Garmin Echo Map CV. It's a GPS chart plotter. So we're using a combination screen right now where we're showing the chart plotter on the left side and your depth and fish finder sonar over here on the right side. Now we're up out of the water right now, so we're not going to get accurate information right here, but that's showing you your depth right there, your seawater temperature, your speed, your battery volts, and then time of day. You can adjust those settings to have different things displayed depending on what you do want to see. And of course, you've got other different options as well. There's going to be your clear view sonar on this screen as well. And again, you can have just your sonar displayed, or you can have just your GPS chart plotter displayed. I've always liked the combinations, but if you are moving about the lake and taking a trip, you can make this chart plotter side full screen. Moving along, we've got our tachometer right here, and we've got a few different data points that will display on both of our gauges up here at the dash. And so that's going to be your a digital RPM readout just below your analog gauge, and of course your setup menu, your alarms, battery volts, fuel level, remaining oil, engine oil pressure, engine temperature, and then back here to that tachometer. Drive trim gauge here in the middle, and over here on the port side, this is going to be your analog speedometer gauge right here, and this one has the option to have your depth displayed right there, your digital speed reading, and water temperature along with the your speed, back to your battery volts and water temp, and then back to that depth. Zero off GPS speed control. This is an option that is available on Chris Craft surf models. And this is going to be basically a cruise control that's going to let you plug in how fast you want to go. As you push that throttle forward, you're going to hear this beep, and that basically means it's taken over your speed, and it will hold that speed at wherever you tell it to. The other nice thing about this, as you're moving, you can actually adjust this speed higher or lower while you're moving, and adjust that speed faster or slower depending on your rider's preference. Now we've got your engine oil pressure, integrated Ritchie compass, and your engine temp right here at your dash as well as part of your gauges. Nice little Launch 27 logo right there. And then on our wood grain tilt steering wheel, notice this Chris Craft logo right here. As you move this wheel, that Chris Craft logo is always going to stay centered. It's weighted. Thought that was pretty clever of Chris Craft right there. Here's your trim tab controls with indicators right here. So these little lights right here, that shows you where your tabs are at. So as you move this, yeah, we might have to be running to actually adjust those trim tabs right there. And the boat is winterized, so we're not going to do that today. Navigation lights right here. We did function test our nav lights and our cockpit lights. All of those are functional. This is going to be your power engine hatch. We'll use this here in a few. Notice these horns right here. These are going to be fun to have out on the water. I'll tell you that. Freshwater pressure switch right there. This is going to be your bilge and your blower. All those did function tests, and this right here is going to be your switch for your windlass anchor. And then we've got some underwater lights as well. Underwater light controls are going to be just below your dash, kind of right there behind where that key is, and docking lights. And all of those also pass function testing. Now, directly across from our driver's seat, we've got another flip-up bolster passenger seat. This is going to swivel, and then of course also has that bolster feature. We've got a cup holder over here next to your passenger seat, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. Also got the same over here by your driver's seat, cup holder, 12-volt power outlet right in there. 8 total stainless steel cup holders on board. So there's going to be 2 right here, 3 and 4, 5, 6, and then 2 more up in our bow to make 8. Now, just forward of our passenger seat, we have an integrated head compartment right here. Now, there is a porta-potti that does mount right here. Porta-potti is basically out of the boat. It's I don't think it's ever been used. It's in storage, but it will be available and will be included with the sale of this one. Here's our onboard sink here in our head compartment. We've got a little 12-volt light down here as well. And then we've got another 12-volt power outlet right up here, and that's going to be where you can tap into our stereo. That's going to be a USB auxiliary input as well as an iPod input all behind that little cover right there. So we've got 3 total 12-volt power outlets. And then this Fusion, this is going to be an AM, FM, USB auxiliary input, Bluetooth stereo. We've got 2 in-floor storage compartments. And we've also got the Seagrass snap-in woven vinyl cockpit flooring. This compartment right here is actually built to house a carry-on cooler. Most of the items that you're going to see in here will not be included. That throw cushion will be, along with that rear view mirror. Those will be included. The rest of the items will not. And then we've got a larger in-floor storage locker right here. We've got a small little Oh, I thought that pulled out. I guess not, but it is meant to kind of be able to separate anything you have down in there. But that is mounted in place. Put a little divider down there to help organize your items. So again, those water toys will be excluded. That paddle will be staying with the boat. And we've got an integrated wind block right here. This is for those chillier mornings or evenings, or if you're out early season, late season, this right here is going to slide over and lock that into place. And there is your wind block. And then of course we do have the walk-through windshield. Very nice windshield here. This appears to be either stainless or polished aluminum. I'm going to guess it's stainless. And we'll put this back in place right there. Now we can access our bow area up here. Get another pair of cup holders, a little grab bar, and 2 more of those JO audio speakers up here in our bow area. Pop-up cleats. We have 6 of these larger pull-up cleats throughout. We've got another one right here at the bow area right there. That's meant to secure your anchor line with, or docking line. Of course, removable Chris Craft flag right there. And then in this hatch right here, this teak covered hatch right here, is going to be our Lewmar electric windlass anchor. Down here is your anchor chain and rod. Rod is just a fancy way of saying rope in nautical terms. Underneath all of our bow seats up here, we do have some integrated storage. That's going to be a self-drain storage right there. I mean, you can use that for wet items, or even a little cooler as well. A little drain in this guy as well. Wet or dry items can go down in there. Now over here on this side, same thing under this seat as well, but we've also got some integrated storage just behind this seat back right here. So these orange vests will be transferring with the boat, and small little storage shelf right here. And we've got some, these are meant to stow your flagpoles right there. So you've got one larger one of those and one smaller one. We've got a larger American flag on the back, and then a smaller Chris Craft flag up here on the bow. Both of those are going to remove. And come back through our walkthrough area. And another item to point out here in our cockpit is this IsoTherm electric cooler or refrigerator. It's going to have a little slide out drawer right there, and that is battery powered right there. Beautiful teak removable lounge table. And we're going to raise that engine compartment hatch now. And when we do, we'll store that removable table away so you can see this area without the table in place. This also is equipped with the bimini top and a canvas cover. It's going to go below the rub rail. It's going to be a full mooring cover. And this bimini top, I don't know if you notice that right now. I'll show you right here as we walk up. Our bimini is actually kind of laying right here behind these seats and just underneath that engine cover. Really like how they work that bimini top. Now, as promised, let me stow our table away. So bear with me here. Okay, so this actually has a dedicated storage slot right here in our engine room. And I'm even doing this one-handed. It goes in right there. See that little slot? So that's essentially exactly where that's designed to go. And then our pedestal pulls right out of that little mount right there. And this also has a dedicated spot right here in our engine room. Okay, and our little pedestal is now in place. Here's our dual batteries. We've got dual batteries with a battery switch. It's going to be your Fireboy Halon fire suppression system. And here's that Volvo Penta. Again, this is a 350 horsepower, 5.3 liter gasoline Volvo Penta V8. This is fuel injected. This is the California super ultra low 4-star emissions rating. Very clean back here in our engine room. Again, 241 engine hours. It's going to be a 1,100 gallon per hour bilge pump down there near the bottom. We see a little bit of antifreeze down there from when this is winterized. This is going to be our Pro Mariner onboard battery charger right there. And again, 5.3 liter Volvo Penta, 350 horsepower with that dual prop Volvo forward-facing outdrive as well. Now that right there is going to be the hose from that transom shower. That's going to be a Pro Safe Pro Mariner galvanic isolator. It's going to be your onboard freshwater pump. And here's that 9-gallon freshwater onboard freshwater tank. And that is going to be your, that's your canister for I believe that's for the emissions on this boat. Okay. So now that I've got that table out of the way, I can show you our cockpit here a little bit more freely, and then also fill you in on our filler cushion right here. It's simply attached right here. So now you've got that full walkthrough, and that's what you hear me brag about on any time you can get from the platform into the cockpit without having to step on a seat. Of course, this also just pulls right up. We've got our dual battery switch mounted just below there, where you've got your battery selector switch, some fuses right here. It's going to be your post if you ever did have a completely dead battery. It's where you're going to be able to attach a jump box in order to raise that powered engine hatch. And we've got storage under these seats as well. Again, that's another kind of self-draining storage compartment right there. And then on both of these kind of reclined seat backs, we've got dedicated fender storage in both of those. And we've got, I believe we've got 3 of these quick release fender mounts and 4 mounting brackets. So that's makes that easy to mount your fender. You don't have to take up a cleat in order to have your fender out here. It's just a little push top that's going to release out of there, and then we can put it right back where it goes. I do really appreciate the fact that everything kind of has a place where it belongs, all the way down to our bimini top. Now our bimini, this simply raises right up, lifts out of here. Okay, that just simply mounts right there. Okay, the other side would do the same. Its pole is actually in this zipper, which is nice. So then that pole's not flapping around marking up the boat while you're trying to get one side hooked. But this right here, you simply take the zipper off this side, and this goes into place right there. And then, of course, that's that storage boot that will come all the way off. And when you do take that storage boot all the way off, this other pole, your forward poles, are going to mount right up here, just behind your windshield. Okay. Let's go ahead and lower our engine hatch. I'll put that bimini I'll wait a little bit later. Now we're going to do the wear and tear portion of the video, where we're going to get up close and personal and show you any little nicks or scratches on this boat. We point out a few on the teak platform and that teak walkthrough. There's just a few on this one, not much at all. And actually on the interior, I don't think there was really anything at all to show you on the interior. Let me scan around, make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, interior is basically like new. Oh, there was one little bit of a wear. This may even just be some grease. Yeah, right here. Actually, I probably just need some cleaner on there, and that will come right off. So, very clean interior. As we get near the back of this filler cushion right here, we've got one little mark right here in the gel coat right there. That could have been from the snap on the underside of this. Well, maybe 2 marks. Now, on either corner, we had a little wear back here. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, here we are. Little mark right there. And as we come around this platform, there's another one right there. Where's that at? There's just a little bit of a groove right there. This one, there's no groove, but that's kind of that could be a fender transfer. Another one of those. Yep, right there. Almost like a scuff. I believe that's at least to the center point. While we're here, I want to go ahead and drop this camera down, show you our dual prop outdrive. That's the underwater lights right there. Well, that's one of them. And your other one's going to be over here on this side. And again, those Worx surf tabs. Coming on across. A few more just real minor little scuffs back here in this platform edge, just above our stainless steel rub rail. And it's another little scuff right there. And a few more little bitty minor marks right in here. And you can just barely feel the edge on those. And whatever got that platform there probably did these. Get a few more right there where it's just kind of marked that gel coat just ever so slightly. And then this was something we kind of, well, bear with me. We tried to photograph this, but it wasn't really showing up. So we figured, well, we'll have to show you when we do our video. We've got a few little, almost some blemishes underneath our gel coat. Let me hop back down on the dock. I'll be able to show you this a little bit better. The lighting has to hit it just right. See right in there? That may have just been something whenever this was gel coated at the factory, where it just had a few little blemishes right in there. But we do want to point those out to you. We always try to represent our inventory as accurately as possible. So if we see something, we do want to show you. Just a few little areas right. It's mostly right back here in this corner. Okay. And then again, this is kind of where we left off with these little marks right here. And there's another area right in here where this is kind of like that gel coat has just been chipped. And here's another one right here where it's kind of chipped just through that. Oh, where'd I go? It's chipped through that gel coat area. Otherwise, everything is very clean. Picked up a little bit right there at that water line when we had this one out for some photographs. Again, let me show you that Volvo drive. Those stainless steel dual props are in great condition. And that Worx surf tabs. Below the water line, there were some very slight little surface scratches. See if I can find them. This boat was ceramic coated recently. We'll have the date in which that took place at the website. That, of course, is going to be at yournewboat.com, as always. And those little scuffs are hiding, being a little shy. Oh, there may be one of them right in there. There's actually, no, that's just a little water line right there, a little drip that has not come off yet. Ah, here we are. All right. Right in here. So just where we have that little black, that's probably a rub, maybe from this bunk carpeting in here. That brown is just a little bit of a, sometimes you get that in the water here. This we a little bit of a more of a clay in the water here. So you see that clay residue on the lift. That's what some of that brown was up here. But those two black marks, those are probably rubbed off from the bunk carpeting. I believe that was it on this side. Little bit of use of our rub rail. Not much at all, but there's a little bit there on the rub rail. Beautiful Chris Craft logo here on the sides, just behind that windshield. And right above our rub rail right here, see that may come off of there. That does not feel like it's into the gel coat. That probably just needs some cleaner on there and it will come off. And a few little water spots down on here. Yeah, that should just wipe right off. Like I said, very clean above and below the waterline. Got some stainless steel scuff plates up here on the bow of the boat. There's that Lewmar windlass anchor. There's that stainless steel scuff plate right here where that your bow hook is. That's just some watermarks right in there. Now let me move, get you right here at the bottom of this V-hull. We do have a few very minor marks. We might be able to show this to you easier from the other side, but we'll try to show you this where we are right now without going for a swim, that is. And I'm gonna be able to get you better closer look, I think, once I move around the other side here. So bear with me here. Let me work my way around this lift. That bow line up here above the rub rail is all very clean. All right, let's try this again from this angle. So we do have a little bit of watermarks on here. I'll give that edge a wipe just so we can distinguish from a mark in the gel coat and just watermark. And right in, oh, oh, now I've lost it. Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't go far enough back. Let me wipe this area right here. So we know what we're looking at. We know it's not just a drip of water. Okay. Try to wipe that area a little bit. So some very small, little, I would call it nicks in the gel coat. It's a very small little nicks right in here. It's very small little nicks right in this area right in here. This is up underneath the bow. And this trim kind of goes back just a little ways. And then we've got a bigger one right in here. So that's the one we were wanting to make sure that we showed you. And the rest of that, oh, just looks like water. That one is just in the gel coat a little bit. I don't see any fiberglass showing. And then, like I said, very minor little nicks in that gel coat right up there on that bow line. Now, let me pull back. Here's those LED docking lights. There's those LED docking lights right there. And yeah, just a few little water spots right there. All right, so we go down our port side here. And it's just a few more areas to show you over here on this side. And here's one of those right here. Right here, that's kind of in the gel coat. Or it's almost like the gel coat's just been kind of chipped off right there in those three spots. You got one small one and then two more medium-sized chips. Do you think below the water line on this side there was another small little mark? This may be it right here. Just two more areas, just kind of barely in that gel coat. There's one. And then the other one there. Again, I'm just scanning this side here to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, and here's the other areas. Other areas that we noticed before. So right here, again, this is another very minor scratch in the gel coat right there. And then an even smaller, thinner one right there. And then here's another little spot. This one's a little bit longer. It's that little black mark right there is probably just transferred off maybe a carpeted bunk. But we've got this smaller mark here and then a thinner mark. Starts about right there where my finger is. And it's going to run all the way up this way. My guess on that is probably a like a small little stick in the water, maybe. That when it hit the boat, it probably just made a little bit of mark right in there, real thin, possibly from a trailer bunk. But I'm gonna guess that was just probably a little, very small piece of debris in the water that the boat went over and caused that one. Okay. I believe that is all for down below the water line. Now let me back up, make sure we didn't miss anything above the water line. Okay, so here's the three little marks we showed you earlier as we go on back. Almost went for a swim right there. It's going to be your vent from your water tank. Fuel field is going to be right over here on this side. And very small little nick in that gel coat right there. I would call that like a minor surface scratch. And going on back this side. And a real minor little mark right in there. And then this gets us over here to this corner of that platform where we showed you these little marks right in here. There's also a real light, maybe gel coat scratch right in this area right here. Okay. And I think I can show you our surf tab over here on our port side, possibly. Yeah. Super Surfer by Worx is what that trim tab is branded with. Yeah, I think that's going to do it then. Continue on up on this side right here, and then we'll make sure we didn't miss anything. Otherwise, you're going to be able to reach out to us about this one with any questions, schedule a private viewing of this or anything like that. You can reach out to us through our website at yournewboat.com. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page, so if you do have any questions about this one, please do take the time to visit us over at our website. That again is at yournewboat.com. Now, for your convenience, down in this video description, there will be a direct link that will take you right to the listing page for this boat over at our website. So that's there for your convenience. That will take you right to the listing page. We're going to have the you'll be able to reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email. It'll be a direct link to send us an email, and of course our number will be there. You can call or shoot us a text. We do like to remind you we are frequently in areas without cell phone reception. This entire time we've been shooting this video, we have been out of range right here where we're at underneath these slips. So if you ever do want to reach out to us on the phone, but you get our voicemail, please do take the time, leave us a detailed message. Let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as we either return to cell service area or finish up with the customer, we will be returning your call and answering all those questions for you. So again, this is the 2018 Chris Craft 27 Launch Surf Edition. This was, I believe, one of 3 made in 2018. Now they have gone on to make some other surf models since 2018. In 2018, they made only a handful, and this was one of those. So again, this is a freshwater boat. Slip is transferable if you're local to the area. And the lift is going to be available as a additional purchase for anybody wishing to transfer that slip. And again, otherwise, do reach out to us through the website with any questions. As this video does start to wrap up, you're going to see 2 things coming up over top of your screen. One's going to be a shortcut to view our current listings there at our YouTube channel. That's at youtube.com/yournewboat. And the other one's going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you get notified anytime a new video post or a new listing comes available. So if you haven't already subscribed, we do invite you. We're happy to have you as a subscriber, no matter what you're looking for, whether you're in the market for something or just like being reminded of the lake while you're having to do other things. So again, 2018 Chris Craft 27 launch. More info and all that good stuff's over at our website, yournewboat.com. And again, for your convenience, down in that video description, there will be a direct link to this one over at our website. And I thank you again for joining us.